In our headlines this afternoon, Kennebunk Ocean Guards are warning beachgoers about a potential seal disease that could be harmful to people and especially to dogs.
Lifeguards say a dead gray seal washed ashore this morning at Gooch's Beach. There should be some information here. Stick around. But Kennebunk Public Services removed the seal from the beach. Marine Mammals of Maine says the seal was not a victim of a shark attack related to yesterday's shark sighting, but the organization says the seal could carry a disease that's dangerous to both dogs and their owners. Officials say if you see an animal washed ashore, dead or alive, do not approach or touch it. A man is behind bars for the third time in less than a week. The Bangor Police Department says 33-year-old Cameron Machero was first arrested on Saturday for criminal trespass after officers found him at a business on State Street where he had been trespassing. 3 days later, he was arrested at a State Street bank for criminal trespass and violating conditions of his release. Police say this morning officers responded to a theft complaint at a business on Union Street. They say Machero ran from police but eventually was taken into custody. He's now charged with theft, resisting arrest, and violating conditions of release.
Head Tide Hill Road in Whitefield is back open after a nearly 10-hour police standoff. It started around 9 o'clock yesterday morning. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says 51-year-old Robert Willett had an active arrest warrant for terrorizing. Deputies say Willett fled on an ATV and then hid inside a nearby home and made violent threats toward officers. Maine State Police's tactical and crisis negotiation teams were called in. The Sheriff's Office used its drone unit during the standoff. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says Head Tide Hill Road was closed during the incident, and Willett eventually surrendered peacefully and was taken to Two Bridges Regional Jail. He now also faces charges of criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon and creating a police standoff. New at 4, the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office is identifying the pilot who died in yesterday's plane crash off Bristol as 54-year-old John Hall from Lee, New Hampshire.
They also say the passenger on that plane was the pilot's son, 21-year-old Tyler Hall. He escaped the crash with minor injuries. Today, the FAA released a preliminary report saying the crash may have been caused by engine trouble. The plane, a Diamond DA-20, was flying over the Colonial Pemaquid Historical Site when the pilot reported an emergency. That's according to the FAA. Witnesses say they saw the plane skid and hit the ground before going over a cliff and into the water. The pilot died after the crash. His son is recovering now from minor injuries. One person we spoke with says they were moved to see so many community members rush into the water to help the two people on board.
And to see people jump into action that fast and do exactly what they needed to do. That's a big thing, big thing to see. They didn't need me on the beach. They had it covered.
The FAA says it will continue investigating what may have caused the mechanical failure. Also in our continuing coverage this afternoon, we're hearing from the friends and family of Juju Nadeau, who was stabbed more than 2 weeks ago now on Tukey's Bridge in Portland.
Our Christian Harsa joins us now with more on Nadeau's life. Hi there, Christian.
Hi, Amanda. Hi, Bailey. Julian, also known as Juju, was the type of friend who always wanted to have fun, her friends tell me. And while they're mourning, they also know she would have wanted them to continue living life to the fullest. Beneath Tukey's Bridge, along the Back Cove Trail, is a growing memorial, a tribute to Juju's memory. Juju's partner, Casper DeWitt, and Juju's friend, Liz McGee, who witnessed the stabbing, haven't seen the memorial yet. It's still just too soon, but they do know how they plan to honor her life.
The universal consensus is throw as many parties as possible in her honor.
She always told me, she always said, like, she wanted to be a bartender at a big gay bar in a big gay city. I think that's kind of my dream now, to carry on her memory and her dreams.
Casper says they hope to open up a gay bar in Juju's honor, naturally named after her. There are 2 vigils scheduled for tonight, starting at 8 p.m., one in Congress Square in Portland, and then the other at the Charlie Howard Memorial in Bangor. Those who are attending, they're invited to bring flowers, candles, and signs.
All right, Christian Harsa in our newsroom with that. Thank you, Christian. Other news tonight, the Maine Organic Farmers and Gardeners Association is warning its members about a potential increase in ICE activity that could begin today with a possible focus on farms.
So association officials said they have received word about increased presence of new personnel and the usage of drones at the ICE facility in Scarborough. They say that the timing and any potential targets of ICE activity have not been confirmed. We reached out to MAFCA for more information and were referred to the Maine Immigrants' Rights Coalition. The coalition tells us it's treating this as a serious rumor, but does not want to cause panic and only urge caution. The group also emphasizes it has no information indicating farms will be specifically targeted. We've also reached out to ICE for more information and have not yet heard back.